Good morning. Got a busy day ahead of me, which isn't anything new, but 3 training sessions. It's Wednesday and I've got a new soccer session in the afternoon on top of my 2 other sessions, running and lifting. But today I want to take this opportunity to share how I structure my workouts and to not get injured and to be able to do this amount of training. I've got to get ready for my 9-mile fartlek run for this morning. It's currently 7 in the morning and let's get this out of the way. Pre-workout is drank, nutrition taken care of, which for food wise, it's just banana and some corn waffles. And read a book while I was doing that, Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, great book. But now gonna quickly stretch and just warm the body up, and then we're gonna get right into this run. So looks like it's gonna start raining anytime now, so I'm not gonna bring my camera with, but enjoy some B-roll from past runs of this same exact route. And now I'm gonna get this 9-mile fartlek run out of the way. Just got back from my 9-mile fartlek run. Good run it was. So 5 slow miles, 4 fast miles. Slow miles were at an average pace of 8 minutes, 10 seconds. And then the fast miles were average 650, around 650. I know the first 2 were a little faster than that. Third one was 651. And then I don't remember, I didn't see what the 4th fast mile was. But either way, right around target pace and good run. But now gonna stretch and do some mobility right after my workout to keep my legs healthy and strong, and so they don't get super tight, which they normally are anyways. But gonna do that. It's the same stuff I did before the run for the most part, so not gonna record it. I'll see you after I do the stretches and clean up. Nutrition is very important when you have 3 training sessions in a given day, and just really no matter what, nutrition is important. So got egg sandwich and a cup of coffee here, and gonna eat this, and then we'll see what I end up doing. But don't have classes for another hour, or what is it, another 2 hours, so I'll find something to do in that time. Turns out that I actually forgot to check in for the last couple hours, so I ended up just planning my next YouTube video, and then went to my first class, which was algorithmic discrete mathematics, which classes here are 2 hours long, and then came home quick so I could eat lunch, which is what I just got done doing. And now I'm heading to my second class, Formal Methods for Information Security. These are 2 high-level classes. All my classes I'm taking here are master's courses instead of bachelor's courses, just because master's courses are taught in English, and I don't know German good enough to take any German-led courses. But now I'm gonna head to my next class, like I said, and then after that, I've got training for lifting and then soccer game. So I'm hoping I have time to check in before that lifting session, because I want to touch on how I structure my weekly training and just my training in general to facilitate this large amount of training and double days and triple training days. And I want to explain how I structure everything out so that is possible for me, and hopefully you can learn something from it. Just now leaving the gym, finished my classes and then came straight to the gym, and it was a nice back and bicep workout. a good pump from that. And then now I'm heading straight to soccer, which I have to ref a game, I guess. And then my game is right after. They're only 30-minute games, so not too bad at all. Hopefully I can get some footage of my game. We'll see though. And then afterwards, then I will for sure talk about just how I structure my training to foster an environment that allows me to train as much as I do, and the different types of training that I do. But I'm at the field right now, and see you after. It is 11:30 right now. I just got done showering and eating dinner. Didn't get back to my apartment till pretty late, of course. But we won 5-2, which is great. But now I'm gonna get to bed, but then I will talk to you guys in the morning. See you in a second. Alrighty, it is the next morning, and yesterday was a lot of training with those 3 training sessions. And yeah, the legs were getting fatigued, obviously towards the end of the day and after that soccer match, but the way I structured my training really helped me be able to do all of that work. Now, the easiest thing that I changed to make sure I was capable of doing those 3 sessions is I moved my usual leg day from yesterday to a different day. So I just swapped 2 lifting sessions, so I wasn't doing a leg day on the same day that I was running 9 miles and playing a soccer match. So that's the first thing. But then just how I structure my weekly mileage in terms of what days are my longer runs and just how intense each of those runs are throughout the week. So normally Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays are the longest runs, so of course Saturdays are my long runs. Mondays are going to be slightly longer, and same with Wednesdays. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are slightly shorter and meant to be just recovery runs. And that's how I keep my legs somewhat fresh throughout the week, which is the main reason my legs stay fresh, is that I have these runs on, like I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays that let my legs get some recovery while still running. And it also helps that most of my runs, most of the miles I do are not fast miles. I mean, this week, out of the 48 miles that I'll be running this week, the 4 fast miles that I did yesterday are the only fast miles, the only intense miles. So that right there allows my legs to stay fresh. And then with soccer, there's not much I can do about that. Mondays and Wednesdays are my days that I have soccer. I mean, now Wednesdays, which was yesterday, is intramurals, like league matches, and then Mondays is just training, and I can't change when those are, so it's really just planning my runs and my lifting accordingly, which, like I said, Fridays are now my leg days instead of Wednesdays. And yes, Mondays and Wednesdays are also my long-ish runs, but mobility and stretching on every day. But on those days, especially between my morning run and soccer in the afternoon, it really helps keep the legs fresh and, get them prepared to play soccer on the same day that I run slightly longer distances. And just focusing on Sundays. I have no training sessions on Sundays, so that's like where all of my recovery comes in. That was a little rambly, but that is just how I structure my weekly training. And just my training in general. And it is also important to note that I slowly worked up to this many training sessions per week. You know, when I got injured 7 months ago and then I had a month off of all training, I slowly worked into running first, 1 run a week, 2 runs a week, and so on, up to 6 runs per week. And then I introduced body weight sessions, and then that turned into weightlifting, and now I was at 1 soccer session a week, and now I'm at 2 soccer sessions a week. So it's a slow progression into this amount of training, and that's really the key point, or the key takeaway is I didn't just go from 0 to 100 on my training. I slowly got to the point that I am through a lot of work, a lot of weeks, a lot of months, and just a lot of effort getting my body capable of this amount of training. So that really just shows that you could eventually be doing this much training if you really put in the effort and wanted to do it. It's just all about how you go about it. Great day of training is behind me now, and hopefully you can take some good knowledge away from my day and how I plan my training and just how I structure my life. But another takeaway you can get is I use 1st Phorm products, both supplements and apparel. Well, technically I don't use their supplements right now, but I use their apparel all the time. I'm actually wearing some nice 1st Phorm lifestyle shorts right now, very comfy, but I also always am wearing 1st Phorm training tees and couldn't recommend them anymore. So if you want to check any of those apparel products out or check out their supplements, which I highly recommend, links are down in the description. And then if you want to keep watching, YouTube is recommending this video for you. So click that video if you want to keep watching, and thank you for making it this far. See you in the next one. Peace.